everybody, it's Sarah here at Sarah Foster Style and Life, a woman's world, and thanks for your company today. As always, I appreciate you dropping by. It's really lovely to see you. Now, guess what we're doing today? Yes, well, no prizes. We're going to do a little workshop on just faux flowers. Now, of course, in the old days, faux flowers, which were then referred to, of course, as fake flowers, were just the absolute pits and nobody wanted them and they were just, you know, not de rigueur at all. And it's interesting because what's actually happened is, like everything, even technology, has actually applied itself to how faux flowers are now being produced. And as you can see from this little gang of girls, they really have come such a long way. I actually remember in the 70s, my mother, the gorgeous Patricia, she used to invest you know, a little bit of money in beautifully handmade silk flowers. So for me, I've actually grown up with the idea that faux flowers are quite okay in your decorating mix, and I hope that just by sharing with you some ideas today, you might be inspired to take a look around your home and see where some little flowers might be applied. So what will we start with? We might actually work backwards. So I hope you can see these little girls down the front. I mean, they're actually quite gorgeous. I'm just going to very gently pick one up. Now, of course, I talk a lot on the Facebook blog, and thanks for everybody for joining us recently. We've had such an influx of new visitors and new women following us on the page, and lots of new ladies, of course, joining us for our wonderful event coming up on November the 17th, a Style and Life Sunday with Sarah and friends. And we are going to talk about decorating and gardening and that kind of thing because we're down at the gorgeous Morningstar Estate. So for me, home decorating, very much a botanical theme, and of course I write about that quite a lot. So that's why I'm sort of, you know, mad about anything green, mad about anything floral. Now, I do a lot of outdoor entertaining. I actually have an outdoor room, which has just been, oh, such a dream. You know, in the summertime, to know that rain, hail or shine, I can actually have friends over. So, you know, I'm dressing a little table. It's a botanical theme. I love, of course, my fresh herbs, and, you know, all these little girls are, in fact, some delicate little roses or little faux lavender. Of course, I'm mad about lavender, as we all well know. Some little ones down the front here, there's sort of faux rosemary and a little parsley down there. I know I've got some sage and thyme, that kind of thing. So it's really quite a sweet idea to use on your table, you know, instead of actually doing fresh flowers. You can kind of make a theme, make an outdoor party, really match your then garden environment. Cheap, chic, not expensive. Lots of homeware stores have all these beautiful little things these days. So, you know, that's just a really sweet little idea, and I love to line them all up together, and, you know, they look quite dolly and gorgeous. Now, what else do we love? Well, maybe we might jump over here to our gorgeous orchid. Isn't she beautiful? Yes, you are. You're really quite wonderful. This is actually from Laura Ashley. Love Laura Ashley. I think they do a gorgeous job. And you might actually recognise these kind of orchids have become huge stars in their own right on some of the kind of crazy American reality TV shows, like, you know, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills or New York. All of the girls have them, so I wanted one too. So I've actually had this for a couple of years. So worth every penny, not inexpensive, but very real, very lifelike. I mean, everyone who walks past it immediately thinks that it is real. Lovely white, very fresh. I mean, just beautifully, beautifully done. And of course in this lovely glass holder. So I'll put that on the coffee table with other glass pieces. So, you know, I'll just show you that. It's in a gorgeous glass pot. So that in and of itself, you know, with glass candles around it, and maybe some other little, you know, white bits and pieces, little decorative items. She is a stunner. I love you, yes I do. Now I'm going to show you a little bit of topiary, which of course I'm mad on too. Again, you know, everything's green. I've got my green paint, I've got my green curtain. So we love a little bit of green faux topiary. Now, at the $2 shop. Okay, so we can go from very expensive to the $2 shop. You will find these little balls absolutely everywhere. And so when you put her in a really gorgeous little tin container, how cute is she? instantly makes a sweet little statement. Or one of my favourite shops in Melbourne is the Villa Maison group of stores. I know that lots of you girls shop there as well. Do you see this one here? Isn't she beautiful? Very handsome. The double buxers on the wrought iron in the rust. Now she's quite formal looking, so in actual fact she sits downstairs in my formal living room. I've got the very glamorous green velvet couches and lots of botanical prints on the wall. She's quite a handsome piece, so she belongs in a formal environment and just sort of anchors on a lovely table that I have. And she just, you know, there's a pair and, you know, just looks really handsome. But as I said, equally then you can get a little friend at the $2 shop. So you know me, cheap, chic, love a little treat, love a little something inexpensive, and it's just all about how we mix it up. Speaking of cheap chic, what about these girls? I love hydrangeas as much as I love roses and lavender. $2 shop again, you know, not expensive at all. You buy a couple of bunches, you know, sometimes you get them in a bunch and they can be very stiff and kind of awkward looking. Well, I actually peel them apart so they can be individual and just sort of make up, so it looks a little bit more lifelike, like you've made up your own little vase of flowers. Speaking of hydrangeas, so we'll just look at the back. Can you see these girls here? So again, $2 shop, or one of the most beautiful stores in Melbourne, and a lot of you girls would know this too, is the beautiful Pointons over at Essendon. They have the beautiful homeware store. It's a massive nursery in Essendon. And I must admit, I must have paid their shop rental for quite a couple of years because I shop there all the time. So, you know, beautiful hydrangeas. Now these girls were expensive, but I've had them now for 7 years. So that's a long time. I could never have had, you know, obviously a real flower in a pot for that long. So very handsome, very striking. They anchor, you know, this lovely informal living room. So I know that you're getting a little bit of a shot of all of that. So this is our upstairs informal living room. So everything's bright, floral, colourful, lots of green, lots of lime, lots of lavender, lots of pink. So these girls in the pot, beautifully done. They were a couple of $100, but I've had them every day for 7 years. And so if you do the math on that, to have, you know, a beautiful decorative piece in your home, you know, it sort of always evens itself out. So there you go. So what else have we got to look at? Oh, here are our peonies. Don't you love these little ones? I love, love, love real peonies. So these are fantastic, you know, beautifully done. As I said, technology, like applied in all our life across all the products that we have, really is obviously working its magic here too. So when you look at these girls, they're actually very, very lifelike. So I've just got a little, you know, group of these. I am actually missing the little head there. I think I might have knocked that off. I'll have to go looking for her. And of course, not only is it about the flower, it's about the pot and the container. So look at your beautiful jugs. Look at a gorgeous little urn. Loving that. Loving these ones here. This is from Recollections, another great group of stores here in Melbourne. And in fact, they're across the country, aren't they? I think they're in other states. I'm sure they are. A little faux geranium there, isn't she, Dolly? In a pot. So loving her in the lime wash urn. Loving the glass jar. So it's about the flower. It's about the pot. It's about the look. It's about where you place them. It's about how you use it in a room to anchor a table, to set it as a centerpiece, to have it, you know, I have this girl on the glass table, so the glass on glass works. This little girl is by my bedside. You might recognize her from some of our wardrobe workshops. She is in my blue room. So the blue on blue is just, you know, reinforcing the entire theme. So faux flowers, once, a big decorating no-no, but here at Style and Laugh, we're absolutely mad for them. So as you can see, whether it's something big like our hydrangea girls, or whether it's something really weeny tiny, like my little lavender pot, you're so pretty too. There's always a little room in your home for some kind of beautiful floral arrangement. So I know you'll enjoy that when you place her in her spot. So it's always lovely to have your company. Thanks for taking time to be with us today, and all the girls, of course. And we look forward to seeing you another time.